This is a 2012 Ford Edge. In the Ford Edge, we have the MyFord system. The MyFord system allows you to customize your displays in the front screen by the speedometer. This mouse controls this screen, the left side screen, and the right mouse controls the right side screen. So on the left side, if we use the button and go out to the left, it takes us out to the main menu. To go in and out of the menus, so we go to the left and we go all the way out. And these are our different choices: display mode, trip odometer, and fuel economy, etc. So we're going to pick the display mode first, and we're going to hit the right arrow to go in, and then we get miles to empty and our gas gauge. Go in one more time, and we have the tachometer and the gas gauge. One more time, and we have the tachometer, the gas gauge, and the engine temperature. Then we can go back out and go down to our trip odometer. We go in once, and this is our current trip odometer, and this is the miles that we've driven and our engine run time for trip 1. If we go in one more time, we go to trip 2, and this again gives us our miles and the engine run time, and we can hold the OK button down on the steering wheel to reset these numbers. Okay, then we can go back out and go down to fuel economy. Okay, and when we go in, this gives us our instant fuel economy. So average miles per gallon at the top, miles to empty on the bottom. And we go in one more time, and this is our 5-minute fuel history. So we have bar graphs. They'll give us within 5-minute increments what our average miles per gallon was. If we go in one more time, we can change that from 5 minutes to 10 minutes or 30 minutes. When we go back out, we go down to the vehicle settings. And these are the different vehicle settings that you can change for your vehicle. Now, at the top you have your driver assist, and this is your traction control, which is on by default, blind spot monitoring, which is on by default, collision warning, again, this is on by default, but you can adjust the sensitivity. Okay, your cross traffic warning, which is on by default. Okay, cruise control, which you can set to adaptive or normal. Okay, and then we go down to our rear park aid, which is again on by default, and our trailer sway control, which is on by default. When we go back out, we can go down to the vehicle settings. This is your auto lamp delay. That's how long your lights stay on after you get out of the vehicle. Your easy entry exit, that's what takes the seat and moves it back as you get out of the vehicle and into the vehicle. And then the fuel, this is your distance to empty calculations, and that's just a reset feature. And then you have your locks. Your auto lock feature locks the doors automatically as you start to move forward. The auto unlock unlocks the rear doors when you unlock the driver's door after you stop. Your remote unlocking feature, this is when you press on your remote and you hit unlock once, it unlocks the driver's door. If you hit it twice, it unlocks all the doors. You can change that so that it unlocks all doors on the first time you hit the unlock on the remote. And then you have your menu control. This is your standard or memory on. And your oil life reset, it's if you change your own oil. Okay. And your power liftgate, again, this is on, but you can disable it. And your remote start feature. And these are the different features you can change for remote start. You can turn your climate control on or off. Okay. And you can turn your heating on automatic or on the last settings. Your front defrost is on by default. Rear defrost is on by default. And your driver's seat, you can turn, that's automatic at the moment. And so that if you have heated seats and it's cold outside, the heated seats will come on automatically. If you have cooled seats and it's hot, the cooled seats will come on automatically. I will tell you that when you get in the vehicle and you press the start button to let the car know that you're ready to go, you do have to return those on, the heated or the air-conditioned seats. Okay, and then you have your passenger seat. Again, that's set to automatic by default. And go back out. Duration, this is how long the remote start runs. It's set for 10 minutes by default, but you can change it to 5 or 15. And then the quiet start feature, and this is off by default, but you can turn the quiet start feature on, and that is when you remote start, the car will not beep. It is again set to make a beep automatically. And then your system, you can enable or disable it if you don't want to use the remote start. And you go to your wipers, you have your courtesy wiper, and this is off by default. I like turning this on, and what this is, when you wash your windshield, it'll wipe 3 times, and then it stops, and then it'll wait 3 seconds, and then get that last scraggler. And then your rain sensing wipers are on by default, and your reverse wiper, you can turn that on by default also. Okay? And then you go down or back out to the My Key feature. The My Key feature is primarily for teenage drivers. It sets the speed limiter at 80 miles per hour, and you can turn the chimes on at 45, 55, 65, or 75 so that it warns the driver that they're getting close to their top limit. It maxes the radio out at 50%, and it also bings constantly until the driver buckles their seatbelt and won't allow the radio to play if the driver does not have their seatbelt buckled and the car is in drive. And then your display features, these are your metric versus English, and your fuel gauge, and your trip display, and then your language is English or metric. Okay, and then we go down to your information center, and this is where if you had any warning lights, they would be listed. Our current warning light, we hit the OK to view, and we go down to our system check, or the My Key feature, or we go down to the system check, and this shows us how many miles to empty we have. And that is the window.